Cody Rhodes goes Hollywood by being casted in a reboot film. What does this mean for the future of the WWE Champion, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, as well as WWE Hall of Famer Goldberg speaks out on why he hasn't worked with AEW, and finally, Drew McIntyre speaks out on what happened at WrestleMania 40 to lead to Damian Priest's cash-in. So you're not going to want to miss anything we're going to talk about today. We're going to break it all down for you coming up on this episode of Wrestle Digest. But before we get into it, we got to say that 89% of you guys watching these videos aren't subscribed to the channel. So if you're looking for a place, maybe third, second, fourth place for adult wrestling content here on YouTube, you found the right spot for it here at Wrestle Digest. We're going to be here every day breaking out news, rumors, updates, everything that's happening around the wrestling world, so you're not going to want to miss out on that. So go down below and hit that subscribe button. But with that said, let's get right into the first topic of the video today, which is Cody Rhodes goes Hollywood. And yes, as we've seen here on Twitter from Wrestling World CC, they say that Cody Rhodes is reportedly casted in the Naked Gun reboot. And they say, obviously here, Cody Rhodes has been casted in a major new movie. So this has led a lot of WWE fans to think, what does the future behold for Cody Rhodes? Obviously, we've seen The Rock have so much success out in Hollywood, and now Roman Reigns is also having some success out there. So the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes is going to test the waters by acting in this new movie, The Naked Gun. Obviously, we've seen so many WWE wrestlers over the years star in movies. We have John Cena, obviously The Rock, like I mentioned. The Miz even was a star in a movie at one point in his career, and now Cody Rhodes is taking his talents to Hollywood, and I know this is great for him, and I'm happy for Cody Rhodes to get this opportunity, but what does that mean for his wrestling career? We've seen so many of these WWE superstars sideline their wrestling careers to take up a career in filmmaking and acting in Hollywood. So, what does this mean for the American Nightmare? Right now, he is the undisputed Universal Champion. So does this mean maybe we'll see Cody take a heel turn? Maybe he comes as Hollywood Cody? This is something that I can't personally see happening. I think with all the buzz around the We Want Cody, the Cody movement at WrestleMania, to him finally finishing the story, I don't think you turn him to Hollywood Cody at this stage in his career. Maybe later down the line, if he takes a break from wrestling to go acting, this could take place. But the big concern that I personally have, and I've seen a lot of the WWE Universe have, is, acting takes a long time. So does this mean that Cody Rhodes may potentially lose his Universal Championship sooner than everybody expected to pursue a career in Hollywood? This is definitely an option we could see, because we've obviously seen the big long run that Roman Reigns had, the 1,300 plus day reign as Universal Champion, and now, he's taken some time off to, act and do other things before returning to the ring. So maybe Cody Rhodes' reign won't be as long. I think this championship, I don't think he loses it at the first PLE. I don't see him losing it at Backlash to AJ Styles, but it is a potential option if he wants to pursue this career and sideline his wrestling career. Maybe he does lose the belt, maybe not at Backlash, but maybe the following PLE. Believe it's Clash at the Castle, or I think maybe Queen and King of the Ring. It is another PLE too, so it could be either one of them. I don't expect him to have this big long run, but initially I thought he would have this title until eventually him and The Rock faced off at SummerSlam or whenever that match is going to happen. But that could not be the case now. Maybe he wants to, like I said, take his talents to Hollywood and try it out an acting career. Or maybe we're reading into this too much and maybe it's just something he's doing on the side, and, because he's been a pretty well full-time champion. He had his first defense on the UK tour in England. So it is going to be interesting to see where this takes Cody Rhodes. I don't think this will, develop his character unless he heavily gets involved with Hollywood. I don't think he will be Hollywood Cody or anything like this, but it will impact his championship reign, and whether he loses it at Backlash or, at the following PLEs to maybe try this career. We did see him have a multi-year extension with the company, so I think maybe when that contract's done, he said he wanted to retire young. He didn't want his kids growing up with him wrestling like he did with Dusty. So it'll be interesting to see here what happens with Cody Rhodes, and I want to hear your guys' takes on it. Do you think he drops the title sooner than everybody expected, or do you think he just holds on to this and still does those movies? Because I think that's the most likely option here, but it is great to see him get a role in the Hollywood film, and I'm sure it's going to be a great movie to watch. But we're going to get into the second topic here today, which is WWE Hall of Famer buries AEW. And yes, Goldberg said this on a recent interview. He asked why he hasn't worked on AEW yet. He says the product is too cheesy, and this is a big statement to come out of one of the greatest wrestlers, obviously Hall of Famer Goldberg. Everybody knows the name, and hearing from him that he's been involved in wrestling for so long that the AEW product is too cheesy is a big shot fired at Tony Khan and AEW. And me personally, I know last night we had AEW Dynasty. I sat down, watched that pay-per-view. I thought it was a pretty decent event. I thought there were some great matches on there. Does it hold to the standard of WWE's story development, stuff like that? In my eyes, not personally. I do enjoy AEW, though. It's a nice second option to WWE. But what Goldberg is saying here is he doesn't want to work with AEW because it's too cheesy. He doesn't see it. I kind of have to see where he's coming from here, because it looks like they're trying to go to the Attitude Era of WWE with AEW, and it's just not as been successful as the WWE. And we've seen lots of old WWE wrestlers go and work with AEW. We've seen Sting, obviously, is the big one, who has been there for a while. We've seen William Regal there at one point, I believe, and Billy Gunn obviously being another one that has gone there. So to hear Goldberg say that he hasn't gone there or doesn't want to go there because the product is too cheesy is a big claim, and you got to see where he's coming from here. Obviously, I know a lot of you guys watch this are AEW fans. You watch AEW alongside with WWE like me, but in my eyes, I don't think the AEW product stands with the WWE product. I think it's two completely different brands, and they're gone in two completely different directions. But I kind of have to agree with Goldberg here. There is some moments, I wouldn't say the whole show is cheesy, but there is some moments that certainly are, and I have to see where he's coming from here. But this is a big shot to take at AEW, and it's just something that we'll never see. We'll never see Goldberg work with AEW. And I'd say a lot of wrestlers around who wrestled with him around his era probably think the same, and probably is why we haven't seen a lot of those guys also go to AEW. But that was an interesting take that I had to share with you guys. Something interesting there. But we're going to get into the next topic, final topic of the video, which is Drew speaks on what happened at WrestleMania 40. And obviously, if you guys missed WrestleMania 40, Drew McIntyre did defeat Seth Rollins to win the World Heavyweight Championship. But before he could leave, we seen Damian Priest cash in, and now Damian Priest is the World Heavyweight Champion. I'm sure all you guys know that, but this is what we see from Drew today. He said, "This is everything I worked for 20 years. This was my moment. I earned it. I'm sorry I wanted to soak in every single second of it at WrestleMania, make the world title moment last an eternity." So this is what he said about why he just didn't leave at WrestleMania 40 and gave Damian Priest the opportunity to cash in, which, at the end of the day, this is what happened. Obviously, he wanted to relish in this moment because last time he won the championship, it was during the COVID era where, there was no fans. He never really got to enjoy with the fans, and then he won. So he wanted to, like he said, soak in this moment, relish in the moment of being champion with the fans. And obviously, that led him to, showboating in front of CM Punk, which ended up costing him the championship to Damian Priest via the cash-in after this. But I think I had to see where he's coming from here. Obviously, like I said, during that COVID era, he won the championship. It was a great moment, but nobody really he didn't really get that experience of a crowd pop and, just embracing the new champion, which he did at WrestleMania. He got to soak it in. He loved the moment, and he said he wanted to make it last an eternity, which you got to see where he's coming from there. But the fact that, maybe his ego got the better of him by flaunting it in front of CM Punk and CM Punk costing him the championship. Obviously, this is all storyline, and it just builds up the Punk versus McIntyre feud a lot more by Punk costing him this championship. But, you know, it is good to see some clarification on why Drew McIntyre stayed out there so long and what happened between, you know, Punk and McIntyre is obviously going to keep rolling here when CM Punk gets fully healthy and is cleared for action, and this feud is going to be amazing. I think it's probably going to be the main event at Clash of the Castle Scotland if Punk is fully ready for that. I think that would be a great way to kind of get Punk back, and Drew obviously headlining the main event in his home country of Scotland will be cool to see as well. But I want to hear from you guys down below. Comment down below anything that we talked about today. What do you think about Cody going to Hollywood? What do you think about Goldberg dissing AEW? And what do you think about Drew McIntyre's statement about why he stayed out so long at WrestleMania 40? Let me know down below. We're going to get to everybody's favorite topic here, which is comment of the day. And the comment of the day today goes to Tezik. He says, "Are you boys from Newfoundland?" And Tezik, you guessed it right. Me and Brady and Josh, we're all from Newfoundland. We're all Newfies. We're all from the Rock. And if you don't know where Newfoundland is, go check it out on Google Maps. It's only a small little island off the coast of Canada. And, you know, our province has about 500,000 people in it. But we have our distinct dialect. Like you guys have probably noticed, is kind of mixed between Irish and a little bit and Canadian a little bit. So, yeah, you guessed it right. We're from Newfoundland. We love wrestling here on the Rock. It's a big thing here, and yeah, that's where we're from. So we'd like to hear where you guys are from. Comment down below where you're watching from, where you're tuned in from. I love seeing down below where you guys are watching from all around the world. It just means a lot to us to see that we have support all across the world. It just means a lot to us here on the channel. If you guys enjoyed this one, make sure down below, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Like I said, we're going to be here every single day, sometimes multiple times a day, giving you updates, news, rumors, everything that's happening around the wrestling world, so you're not going to want to miss out on that. So go down below and hit that subscribe button. And if you want to check out a video we did yesterday, it'll be popping up on your screen right now. But as always, I've been your host, KC. We'll catch you in the next one.